Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where today we will be talking about the greatest gimmick ever, Stardust. Well, maybe. So in today's video basically I'll just be talking about why I like Stardust, in brackets kind of. So just to give a quick overview, Stardust, as we all know, you may know him, I don't know, Cody Rhodes. He was teaming up with his brother Goldust in 2013, 2014, and basically in mid 2014, 16th June 2014, he debuted his gimmick Stardust, and basically they debuted on Raw, and basically he teamed with Goldust to defeat various teams like the New Day, Usos, and they eventually defeated the Usos to win the tag team championships. So basically they were having this tag team title run, which led to Goldust versus Stardust at Fastlane, I believe, in February 2015, where I think Goldust won that match. I think, and it was just a very quick match because apparently they wanted to do it at WrestleMania, but apparently Vince McMahon didn't see that as a big match for WrestleMania. It wasn't good enough, he thought. So I guess that's what it was, and it just ended up being nothing. So I think that probably led to the creative differences the creative frustrations that Cody Rhodes had. That was probably the start of it. And as we all know, Cody Rhodes, he famously does not like Stardust. So yeah, and basically in 2015 as well. Later on in 2015, in August, I think it was, he was trying to portray this cosmic supervillain type character. He teamed up, later on, I think that was he teamed with the Ascension, but yeah, so Cody Rhodes basically playing this supervillain type thing, and eventually, which led to a match with Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett, I think it was, versus Adrian Neville, and Pacquiao, and Stephen Amell, from Arrow. So they did a big match there where Stephen Amell and Neville defeated Stardust and Wade Barrett, which was, I think, it was a good feud. It was a good feud, and Cody Rhodes really made it work with all of his, mannerisms and everything. So that's also one of the things why I do like Stardust, and I did think he was playing a really good role. And then after that, it was just regular losses for Cody on TV, basically. Up until WrestleMania 2015, he was just in mini feuds on WWE Main Event, probably not the main event, but WWE Main Event, the show, which it's not quite like the actual main event. But then yeah, so he did that. He was in a ladder match at WrestleMania 2015, WrestleMania 31, I believe, and after that, basically, he on May 21st, 2016. The ladder match was in 2016 in Dallas, Texas, WrestleMania 32. Sorry. I'll correct myself there. And on May 21st, 2016, he basically requested his release on Twitter, and basically he was granted it the next day. And Creative, he really wanted to switch from Stardust to back to Cody Rhodes, but Creative just kept ignoring him. He kept pitching ideas to Creative, and they just kept ignoring him, apparently. And that really boiled over the frustrations, and apparently, according to him, he wanted to punch a writer in the face. So, thank goodness he didn't do that. So, and yeah, that basically led to his departure from WWE. So, and then we had the famous list, and the rest, as they say, is history. And so basically, I would say Stardust was it. It was an alright gimmick at first. It was good. It's just I might like it just a bit more than others, just because the number one thing is that Cody Rhodes is so talented that he made it work. In all honesty, he really made it work, and just his mannerisms and everything. If you look at it, his mannerisms, according his voice, his tone, and expression on his face, everything. He really went for it, and every gimmick he had, dashing, undashing, especially that gimmick was really good too. He just went in every gimmick that he was given, and Stardust was no different. So that's why I think it was alright, Stardust, because he's just that talented. And in terms of, I would say, in terms of just the gimmick of Stardust, I would say the kids really dug Stardust. They really liked Stardust, mainly, especially, I think they teamed up with one kid named Elijah Mainville, and I think it was in 2015, I believe, either 2014 or 2015. They basically, you know, reached out to Elijah, and I think he was suffering from cancer at the time, and they really did something really good for Elijah. They offered him a WWE contract, and they said, who is your favorite superstar? And Elijah was like, I think he was, I'm not sure, he was 5-6 years old, and he was like, my favorite superstar is Stardust. So that goes to show that kids really liked him, and Cody did a really good, you know, he dressed up as Stardust, and after Raw went off the air, he really did, he basically carried Elijah up into the ring and helped him sign his contract. So it was a really, really nice thing, nice gesture from Cody, and it just goes to show that I think kids really did like Stardust, and he was just really endearing in that role. So that's why I thought he was doing really well. And then it's just the number one thing probably is why Cody doesn't like it and why people don't like it is because, and I would agree with this, is they just didn't capitalize on Stardust. If they had, because when he was in the ring, people were just chanting for Cody, 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 and he would put his hands on his ears, like, and basically play it up with the crowd. And if you did something like that where he just turned back into Cody over the next few months, then you could have a really good story. Then all of this Stardust gimmick would be worth it. That he finally switches from Stardust to Cody, getting the love from the crowd. So that, if they had done that, I think the Stardust gimmick would have been really good. But they just didn't do that, and that was the problem. So I don't think, in summary, I really don't think I really don't think it was that bad. If they had turned it back into Cody, they could have salvaged it, really. So that's basically the reason. I gave you some reasons here why Stardust wasn't that bad. It's just the way WWE handled it, especially in the end, that's what left a sour taste in people's mouth, I really do think. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think about Stardust. So I don't really hate it as much as others, really. So especially not as much as Cody. And but I guess Cody Rhodes is doing well now, I guess, right? If you don't count the loss at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns. Apart from that, I think he's doing pretty okay, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see where that goes from now. I guess that's in the past though. Stardust is in the past. We'll see what happens right now because he's one of the most over guys on literally the planet, Cody Rhodes. So yeah, I think that's it for this video of why I like Stardust, and in brackets kind of. But yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully I will be back with the next video. Thank you very much, guys. Peace.